first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're going to start work today on a new screen paint lineup that we're going to be working on. So we started already with something new. That over in the corner is a Dark Gold 38 Black Widow. As I told you before, that the 38 technology has sorry about that, people. Multiple different versions of applications to the technology. So we could do it in invisible, and there's so many different versions of invisible. We have a hologram version of it. There's so much stuff that the 38 Black Widows can do. We're showing up the screen. We first started developing, we showed the screen up in its black form. And then after that, as I said before, it does have different stair steps that does allow it to be able to change into whatever we're blessed to be able to change it into. So I thought about making another website, but I don't have the time. It's just way too much work. And on top of that, I'm burying myself because I have also projects I still need to finish off. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a shopping cart that's going to have special brands of the 38 Black Widows. Everything we drop in there is going to be a free color option. So if we make like 13 of these, and all 13 have different colors, they'll all be in that shopping cart. You know what I mean? You'd be to go in there and pick out what color you want, but one shopping cart only, which I think would be a lot more easier. We're only going to have it probably, I say most likely, we don't need to have it in 20 ounces. We don't need it in, we're going to have it in a certain size only. So the only size we're going to have it in is 48s. 48s are the only size going to come in, and that's it. This will basically cut down on any clutter on the shopping cart. It'll be one shopping cart, one size, and multiple colors. So that's what we're going to do from there. It'll just make everything just so much more easier. And that way, I don't have to go through building an entire website just for different versions of the technology. All right, so let me get this cleaned up so we can get started on testing. So I'm yawning, just not getting up. That's it right here. Stage one. Stage one prototype. Okay. Just wondering what we got up here. All together. Where's the other one? Right here. Right, we gotta mark this off. I don't know what this is. Look at the stand. Stand don't really do much, but I'm gonna put it on the stand. We need to paint another one. Also, too, have to do, I think before we do that, oh no, we got to do that first, but mark the title of the video, that's why. I got to do a customer screen too also. So, gotta be to do that one too, because I have a screen to ship out. I think today's Saturday, right? It is Saturday, I'm pretty sure it is, hope it is. Way off. All right. fast as I thought. Put this right here. I gotta bring the legs in a little bit because I'm gonna be tripping over these as I walk back. I should be okay with this. I think I'm gonna be tripping over that. This one definitely needs to roll a little bit more. That's a little better. That's good. All right, let me get a table. Okay. All right, I know you can swing and now behave. Oh, that's not necessary. It doesn't fall off. Shouldn't have a problem with that. Just in case, I'll get a couple of tabs of heavy dog foam and I'll stick it there and there. That's what I'll do. I can remember where exactly I placed my heavy dog foam. That's the magic question. Where I put the heavy dog foam at? Could be upstairs, could be downstairs, I don't know. The magic question of Mr. Bird. Let me see. sometimes I don't know why it's the point of me buying stuff if I literally just lose it and I have to rebuy it again. Like, what's the point? This is a big pile here. That definitely shouldn't be in there. Neither should saws in there. That definitely shouldn't be in there. It must have been when I was working upstairs. These need to be put someplace gently. Trying to get for the screen, but I don't even know where I put that at, to tell you the truth. I constantly have bad habit of putting things in weird places. Where am I? The things I do best. I lose my stuff. Yeah, here. This is what we needed right here. Sitting here in the back. Should be there. Here's my drill, my saw, which I'm going to need later on for working on the screen. I think today's Saturday, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if it is or it isn't. So we're going to be making another one. We're going to make another one April the 3rd. These are days marked that when my supplies will be coming through to start making these interesting products. So what we're going to do is, like I said, I don't have the time. Sometimes I speak things and I have to be careful when I talk because I overwhelm myself with too much work. So to build another website is a ton of work. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to have a section on the website. This will be for these particular paints. Instead of having a whole bunch of them all over the website, instead of charging everybody for each individual color, which is going to be a headache, because there's going to be a lot of them. We're just going to have one card. It'll be for these units only, and it will be a huge, massive color sheet in there where you can select which one you want, which means there'll be free color options. I think that is the best way to go. We'll have it in one size. We'll have it in multiple colors. That's what we'll do. So that's how we're going to do it. And I think it'd be nice to throw in some free LED lights with that, because what's beautiful to have a screen with different colors, you can't throw LED lights to go in the match. So we're just going to do a package like that for that, but it'll be set up for this. So this will be the first one out of the batch, and then after that we'll have it's going to be a kind of a red one. We're going to be developing a dark red, and there'll be some other weird colors coming up behind that. I got one particular color which is going to be a special color. I just ordered what I need for unicorns. The unicorn's going to be in with that. Well, unicorn may be separate. Unicorn needs to be separate because unicorn's a girl gamer paint. That's why. It's developed for, you can be a guy and have it, because I don't want any people saying, well, it would be for girls. No, you can be a guy and have it. I'm getting one for myself. But we're having something that for the girls, because like I said, when I used to go in the GameStop, there was a lot of stuff in there for women there at the end of the day. A lot of stuff. Majority, everything is for guys in there. So it'd be nice if they had their own kind of dedicated paint for them for gaming. I already got like 6 or 7 women already signed up that are hardcore gamers, and some are casual, make a difference, that are going to beta test it when we bring it out. So this will be nice. We'll have some pretty cool stuff in there, some extra stuff in there. Got to put some unicorn items in there. Pretty cool, But like I said, it doesn't make a difference to me. A lot of guys like pink at the end of the day. I like pink. I'm a big fan of pink. I don't care. I'm not going to come out of the house in all pink. How do you wear pink, at the end of the day? A friend of mine was like, oh, so you were all pink? No. When I used to wear suits back in the day, I used to be dressed in all jet black, and I had this pink tie with a silver black going through it, and that's all it would stand out, all jet black, and just had this nice pink suit, pink tie. It's a soft, kind of dull pink, but it had kind of a nice silver blending through it. It's a beautiful tie that I got, and that's what I like. I like to wear it. I like how it stood out, So that's how I wear pink. If I see a hot jersey, and it's nice, and it got a little black in it, but if it got pink in it, I'm still gonna rock it at the end of the day. It don't make a difference to me. I know I am at the end of the day. I'm just having some fun or whatever it is. But you get people like that are, I don't know. That's why some people are afraid to go out and be themselves, because you have to worry about those individuals that will tear you down because you want to be different at the end of the day. Those are the naysayers. Those are the ones that can't let you be you at the end of the day. They're the ones that got to judge you right from the door. So don't pay them any mind. Be who you want to be at the end of the day. Be happy. Who cares? My ex was like that, always worrying about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people think. Life is too short to worry about what other people think. It's easy to understand that life is not short when you're young. When you reach my age, you realize life is very short. I remember getting ready to set the screen, I remember having this conversation. I remember having a conversation with one of my great uncles who long passed away, who sat there when I was young and said, "Hey, young boy, better enjoy life. It's short." And I'm young. I ain't thinking about it. You know, you're young, you think you live forever. You're mortal. But then you realize one day, boof, you're 54 years old. And life has passed you by that fast. Life is short. So don't worry about what other people say. You want to wear something and that's what you like at the end of the day, and that's what makes you happy, go wear it. Because don't let the naysayers tear you down. They will steal your life source from you, take your happiness away. Who cares? All right, we're going to put this here. And we're going to put another piece here. I got to put a link. I don't think I ever put the link in for the double-sided Velcro. They make this Velcro over at home. This kind right here is nice, but they got a black version that's real thick, that wide. Oh, that stuff is fantastic. You stick something with that, it's not coming down. That's not pretty good. I won't put anything really heavy up there, but it's really good Velcro. And every time I go up there, I buy it. It's fantastic for the wallpaper screens. All right, let me show you how we got it set up. So it looks much better than it was yesterday. But yesterday, we're doing things at the spirit of the moment. So we're going to keep these demonstrations short and sweet. I'm going to try my hardest to try to keep the demonstrations not too lengthy. And we're going to cut down how many demonstrations we do a day. That's too many. But there's like a lot of stuff I want to show you. I'll be sitting there watching something will pop up. Oh, I got to show them this. This is how my head works. Oh, they got to see this. You know, that's what my head functions like that. All right, let's get some power out here for this right here. We got to set up a nice, and I got it higher to the ceiling too, which means it's going to take in more light. That's my alarm going off. All right, got some chargers and power. Let me see. I want to put the PS4 over here because I do want to game on the floor again tonight. We did that over on Instagram, and they freaked out on the floor. That's why I wanted that particular game. That particular game is freaking awesome, man. It's a good game. It's a bit hard, but it's a nice game. I love it. And it displays the floor quite nicely, so we're going to be doing that tonight. I got to watch myself. You know why people got to watch myself? Oh, I got to watch myself. Sometimes I go back and I replay my videos. I've been bragging in my videos. That is not good. God does not like braggers. He can't stand them at the end of the day. Not good. You can't be blessed if you're bragging. So I do apologize for that one. So we gotta. One thing about people that can understand that when you become a Christian, you're constantly working to refine yourself to be better. You'll make mistakes. You'll fall. You'll get back up again. You'll make mistakes and fall. You'll get mistakes, fall. But as long as you remember to be sorry for what you've done at the end of the day, that's what's most important. You can't be forgiving for something that you don't feel sorry for. So constantly just working. It's an ongoing battle of constantly just trying to do it right. But I'll be perfect when it's my time to go to heaven. Yes, sirree, people. Look, if it bothers you, ooh, man, must have good with that one. Let me explain something to you so you can understand this crystal clear. If it bothers you, at the end of the day, that I talk about God, guess where the technology came from for me to be able to do the 13 or whatever, how many I'll be able to do within a month's time? It comes from Him. I find it interesting how people are blessed by him, but will deny him the minute they are blessed. I won't do that at the end of the day. It comes from him. It comes from him. Devil will get in your head and say, oh, don't say that. If you say that, people won't follow you. This, that, and the other, so and so and so. Then they don't follow me at the end of the day. Like I said, I had a fellow got mad at me because I call him Satan. He said, I'm not the devil. I said, you are the devil. He said, how so? No. The minute I talk about God, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to. The minute I talk about him, you leave the room. You don't want to talk about this. Anything that has anything with God, you walk away from it. You don't want to hear it. You want to talk about it. It bothers you. It makes you angry. Well, that's what the devil does. The devil doesn't sit there and pull up a chair the minute God starts preaching. He leaves. You want a demon to leave your house? Then you start talking about the Lord. You start praising his name. You call out in the blood of Jesus, and he will leave. He does not want to be there because he doesn't want to hear it. It disrupts him. It makes him unhappy. It makes him uncomfortable. He doesn't want to be there, and it makes him angry. So when I speak of the Lord and I see people leaving, those are demons leaving the room. Because the devil doesn't want to hear it. Bye, demon. There we go. That's why. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to be blessed to have what I need, no matter what. I want to do this. I want to do a read because I got little spots when I don't like. Always for every formula we get something doesn't break down correctly. I'm going to always praise him for what he's blessed me to be able to have. And if there are people that are bothered by that because I talk about God, then, I wish you the best of luck in life and I hope you find it one day. But I'm not going to stop doing what I do because of that. That's not going to happen. I want to do another coat over top of this too. Not that we need it, but I do want to paint another coat over that because, let me see, hold on, let me get the stand. I hate having something heavy on the edge of my stand. But yeah, I'm going to talk about them. And people be upset over it, and you're upset about it. It's like when you're blessed, God blesses you, you get a little more extra money on your paycheck, or he may bless you to have a little more extra money in your pocket. So you want to go out with the family, go get something to eat. And the devil get in your head like, oh, don't pay for that food in front of people. They'll laugh at you. They'll tease you. This, that, and the other. So God blesses you with the money to go out and to take your family out to eat. And you're ashamed to give him thanks for the very money that he gave you to eat in that restaurant. Yeah, that doesn't even sound right. That's like somebody who, you do something for and they don't tell you thank you. People get mad over stuff like that, very angry, because somebody doesn't give them thank you or doesn't say thank you for opening up a door. And because they do that, they get very ticked off over it. Those do it to God every day. People do it all the time. Even I do from time to time. I mess up. All right, so we're going to take the formula we have here. This is our test we have. All you have to do is shake it up, that's it. And yes, each one of these will have batch numbers attached to them. Every single one of them will be recorded. It's a lot of batch numbers. Huh? I can't get those punches in the cup when I get up and punch in the cup right around the same time. I don't know what kind of rollers these are. Man, I gotta buy more of these. I definitely gotta get more of these. Usually if I go buy rollers, one of the biggest problems I have, if I forget to put them up, they get hard, they dry out. These things don't even dry out. The roller I used yesterday didn't even dry out. I think I want to paint two surfaces. We need one. Well, this is something we wouldn't use outside. I guess you could use it outside. We'll have to put a certain time on it when you can use it outside, because this is not going to pull up like the black technology outside. Black technology, and the gunmetals are darker, and the darker screens have a better chance of reflecting light. These are a little bit more lighter than the blacker screen. to just put another, I like to put a fresh coat. We don't have to, but sometimes I want to coat the top of it, paint it again. Yesterday's video was too long, and then it got overshadowed. The video got overshadowed by just doing too much in the video, so that's why I want to cut the videos as short as possible. So that way stuff doesn't get overshadowed in the video. So we're just going to have to break things down and make it just do so many videos a day, just break it down on each day. That's all. The screen size is about 80 inches. And 80 inches right here. I have another YouTube channel I don't use. I think I convert that to a Christian YouTube channel. Oh, what are you doing, Mr. Man? Let's go. That's right. Move it on. Thank you. You're not supposed to be there. You know that. Let's get rid of your temptation altogether. Lock that door. You don't need to be down here. All right, there we go. Did a repaint on the screen again. We don't need to, but I just want to show it off. I got another one to do on Facebook in a few. So let's get this one up here. Sides are kind of wet, so I'll have to set it up here for right now. If this dries, and once this dries, then we can go in. We can let me see my size here. Not too bad here. Not too bad here. A little wet. There we go. There's the man upstairs already looking to get Miss a Joker. Already looking to get in trouble. I don't think I understand what my neighbors were talking about when I was a kid. Maria's cat, they're like, good gracious, what the frick did I do? So, I grew up in Newark, Delaware. Some of Newark, Delaware. Some of it. We moved around quite a bit. I remember going back to my old neighborhood when I was in my 30s. And some of the residents, or a lot of residents, were still there. And one of my neighbors was like, is that you, Kenny? I was like, yes, it is. Grew up. I said, yes, it did. Like, man, back in the day, you was ornery as cat dirt. Do you have any idea what cat dirt is at the end of the day? I got a cat. It's pretty filthy, pretty bad. I'm like, good God, what did I do when I was a kid over here? Everybody was kind of shocked. They were like, man, surprised you're not in jail and this, that, and the other. Like, good gracious, what did I do? And then, you remember when you're a kid, you do destructive stuff when you're a kid, but, we were just those kids. I had a group of kids we used to hang around with. We were those kids. We didn't do like bad stuff, mischief stuff, like the flaming bag of crap, stuff like that, Bordeaux Dixie and stuff like that. But, that's the kind of stuff we did, suburban prank tactics, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff we did. Nothing vandalism and destroying people's property, but just simple stuff, Though there was the mailbox incident, but that was a long ago. That's when I was actually living in the somewhat country areas. You ever seen the joint where Yeah, not proud of it now, really. When you think about it, you get older, you think about the dumb stuff you did, like, good gracious, man. It comes back to haunt you anyway. Somebody does it to you eventually, and you go, oh, so that's what that feels like. But yeah, the whole, no, I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, baseball bat mailbox, you do the math. Anyway, but you don't think about it, you're young, you do dumb stuff, but then as you get older, somebody does it to you and go, oh, good God, that's freaking annoying. Yeah. Okay, so we got the screen up. We got it tapered up with some heavy Velcro. It's sticking quite nicely, so I'm not worrying about it falling over, so we're good there. Specifications on the stuff is going to be a little different, so we're not going to have this. Probably could use it outside, but it depends on the time you're using outside. That would probably work. Black screens have ability to be able to pull up in earlier times of the day because they can absorb light. A screen that's a little bit lighter may have some issues with that. Now, if you're talking about like after, let's see, a good time, I'd say about 7 or 8. Yeah, activate performance level and how it's going to react is a different story. I explained to people, some people, some of the forum sites we're in were saying, well, if it's nighttime, what would be the purpose of me having a black screen anyway? Your screen at the end of the day, even at nighttime, even in the dark, can't pull up colors and it can't see contrast. So we show them the demonstration of the gray screen or white screen laying against a black screen. And even though it's dark outside and the colors are completely gone, you're not seeing any color off your projector. You're seeing nothing. That's why we look at demonstrations when people displaying white screens outside. They are horrible, absolutely horrible. Color is so washed out, so bland. It's better watching a movie on your cell phone. So yeah. So that's the wake-up call right there. All right, so let's get this started because we don't want to run down too much time. And I'm already at 33:40 already. So let's get the fan. I gotta come back in. We have to do an ultra short though, which I'm dying to do because I want to see what the reaction is going to be on ultra short throw. And we first start off probably around between this week and next week, we're going to have probably about, I say roughly about 8 or 9 of them. Well, say 8 or 9. God, that's a lot of freaking. We'll start with 5 of them. We'll do 5. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, I thought you said that the 38 was going to be the last screen. It is the last one. There's none of these screen paints are named anything else but 38. So it is the last one. Out of the 38 technology, we had no plans on developing anything else out of it. When I sat there and said on camera, and I wasn't joking, when I said the 38 has amazing capabilities, there's so many versions of it, it's not even funny. They do all react differently. Different reactions, different ways how they interact with each other. But some people actually thought that we're just limited at black. Oh, when the gunmetal popped out, that's a whole nother screen. And we had people that were mad about the gunmetal coming out. Upset? I have no idea why about that. I'm never going to understand that crap in the day. But they were mad. And some people were very happy to see a gunmetal come out. And then you think it stops. I sat there and said, you think it stops at gunmetal? We can develop just so many versions of the technology. It's not even funny. And if I chose to, if I wanted to, which I don't, I could wipe the 38 clean and come out with an entire new form of product. It doesn't end for us. We have a product called Legendary Technology. We don't even display those. Only companies can see those screens. We have certain technology that we develop for companies that people on YouTube will never ever see because they're strictly designed and emailed to these particular companies so they can see this new technology or whatever we're working on. As I said before, you only know what we allow you to see. What about, like I said, I'm worried about the stuff you can see. Worry about the stuff you can't see at the end of the day. So people who basically don't like what we do at the end of the day because, we work hard, you're going to have a really hard time because there's going to be a lot of these bad boys. You're just going to go overload, trying to figure out which ones to hate on. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard for you. There's a lot of these. And on top of that, we have the invisible technology we were just playing off yesterday. We got a lot of hits on that when people are asking us when that was coming out and when you're going to have this and that. And that may be a fabric. We haven't decided yet. It could be a formula. We don't know yet. If we're going to add it to the consumer, chances are it may be a fabric. Like I said, some people are not happy with the paint sprayer. They're not. At the end of the day, they don't want to use it. Some people may be intimidated by it. You know what I mean? So you have to consider that too also. And some people are very comfortable with it. But everybody's happy with a roller at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. Everybody has a roller. All right, let me get my PS4 out of here because I need it over there for a demonstration later on today. And this is this one. I tried to put myself in the mind of a consumer because I remember when I first bought my first paint sprayer, it was intimidating, like I don't know what. Read through the manual, had to step back some, move back here and there. Like I said, I'm used to the cup and hose, which is a little bit different, but this thing had knobs and stuff all over, like, okay, this is a piece of machinery, I don't want to mess this up, this is new. I mean, you can be experienced paint sprayer, but every time you jump in front of a new machine, it's like, okay, I'm going to learn this crap all over again. One again, yeah. It can be a complicated piece of equipment you've never seen before. You have to learn to use it because as you go along as being a professional, what you do in your field. That's how many times you have tested and done something over and over again and again and again, and you have knowledge of it, you know how to use it and how to work it. That's why I'm here to tell people the reason why I asked you to wear safety glasses and why we had that in the description of our website is because an incident that happened to me that I don't want to happen to anybody else. It comes from experience. You don't have to go out and spend all this money for expensive glasses. No, just go get yourself some $3 glasses. They have the safety glasses they have, and go pick yourself up the mask. That's all. I wear that particular mask because I have respiratory issues, so I have to have that kind of mask. But at the end of the day, you can have an everyday painter's mask. You don't have to spend the money on those. They can cost you about, now they probably cost a little bit more. But I wear that particular mask because I have lung disease. And it's better protection. Now, like I said, this stuff is not going to harm you in any way whatsoever. But again, like I said, I have a little something extra than everybody else has. I mean, maybe somebody has the same thing, I don't know. But because of my lung disease issues, I have to look at things a little bit more serious than most people. So I have to have that mask on when I paint. Is it needed to have that particular mask? No. You can use a regular painter's mask. You're not going to have any problems. But for me, I have to put the extra protection in. So that's why I have that unit. That's why I wear them. But other than that, yeah, you can just get yourself a regular mask, put on regular glasses or safety glasses, and that'll keep you from basically having any of that paint going into your face or breathing it in. But you should be wearing a mask regardless. Anyway, so let's turn on. We got the fire sticks down here. Let's activate a fire stick and get that started. But you don't have to have all that to begin with. You don't need to spend the money for it. It's just more money. Respirator masks and all that, you know how much money that thing costs, and then it's just extra stuff you don't need. Just like a lot of stuff that they use to embellish the demonstrations in their environments, don't need it. All right, let me see. We need a fire stick over here. Okay, we didn't even ask for that at the end of the day. We, just wait. I don't want to hit anything on the menu. So a customer who has the wallpaper screen we have behind us, which we're going to be doing some demonstration. We're shipping that out today to them. They're going to be doing some demonstration. They actually have the same picture I have behind me right now, the vault one. That's what they purchased. There we go, what we wanted. No, we don't need that. We definitely don't need that. You can remove that, please. Command. We don't need it. Thank you. I keep forgetting that chip has multiple settings attached to it. Get that. Control is right next to you. I love how it asks the remote control can't find it. It's right next to it. The closer we have it to the light overhead, the better. Because those highlights, I want to make sure that screen is up as high as it can. We did the demonstration. Sorry about that. It was a little lower, which I don't, even though it gets hit with a ton of light, but it's more better if we have it higher up, so it can take in more light. Let's see. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
It's better for me to be able to adjust the screen a little better. There we go. It's a better way to adjust it. All right.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so we'll pay for what you want.
Welcome to the Eat Fresh, Street Fresh, and Subway.
Hey, that's me. Hey, you know too.
Nobody told you?
Anything else besides the black color? Miss something else? Trying to get a good mix of color. Some white and everything. The same thing over and over. I don't like that. screens already was tested, 3 certified screens right from the door. So the west here, here. Here. Now in the demonstration, we're using a 720p projector. We're using our Chrissy LW401. Get a couple more demonstrations off here. Now, can you spray the product? Yes, you can. Can you spray it, roll on? It's up to you. Another one. We gotta get meters out here. We always show this off. We know the areas of max out zone. Meters got to be present at all times to be sure how much light we're pulling up. Pause this for a minute. Making sure that all screen paints will be developed in max out zone. Right? This is how much light the environment's taking in. People get mixed up about meters, and what they don't understand is because they can max out the meter, that is the end of it. No, when you max out your meter, your image must still maintain a perfect image. There's no point in basically maxing out the meter and your screen looks like crap. It's washed out, it's faded. That's not good. You have to max out the meter and still maintain a perfect image. Again, certified, white screens, gray screens, whatever you throw at it, that's what you have to do. And it must maintain from corner to corner. It can't be any tannish, any washout, any fading, any discoloration, none of that. And you must show detail at the exact same time. So some people get that mixed up. They'll put a meter out, they'll try to put in an area to make it look like it's maxed out. And if they do max it out, You look at the screen and the screen will be washed out and faded and bland. That's not supposed to happen. You should be able to maintain that image as if the lights were off. And that meter should be the max at the same time. So when I just explain to people that are showing off, trying to show up a maxed up meter, and they look at the screen and it's washed out, it doesn't look the same way as it usually does, and it's washed out and bland, and the color, no, that's not good. That's a loose right at the door. You have to show an perfect image. You must show a maxed out meter when you do it. And I like it when you gotta pull the camera back. You should be able to see the entire environment in the screenshot. Not just the screen by itself. You need to see the entire environment. That's another thing that's a pet peeve for me at the end of the day. I can't stand that. When somebody's so close up on it, you can't even see the rest of the environment. You just see the screen only. You need to see the entire environment. How well it's lit, how much light's taken into the screen. You need to see everything. So like I said, when I tell people, if you're going to mimic us, you have to do the same thing we're doing. We don't sit up on the screen. I'm about close to about 11 feet from my screen. My screen is 84 inches. And when you display a meter max out, when your meter's max showing how much light you have in the environment, your screen cannot be discoloration. It must look the same way as if you turn the lights out. For instance, I'll show you. As you know me, I'm not one person to talk and not back it up. We're still a little wet here and there. Wish I had a switch down here to be hot. Now, the reason why I say this is because for people that are out shopping, you're buying a screen paint, this is what your screen should display. This is what you should be looking for at the end of the day. If they present a meter in a room and that screen is washed out, it has a tannish discoloration to it, you can't make out the individual coffee beans because they're all washed out together, that's the first indicator the screen's having issues. You should be to make out detail. You see those coffee beans up there? You can see every little individual. Well, when the screen washes out, you can't see it. It all blends together. I've kind of pointed that out to you, what happens when it happens, when the screen washes out. So, when I turn the lights on, and that screen activates, you should still be to see those individual coffee beans. Now, you see, I can still see the individual coffee beans. There you go. Until we look at a demonstration, you know the screen washed out. There's always a tannish around the screen, and you can't make out detail because when the screen washes out, the detail disappears. You can't even make out color. It all blends into like one big blur. So when you do a meter max out, just because you have a ton of light in the environment, the screen still must maintain its image. Can't wash out. What's the point of basically showing up a lot of light in the environment if the screen's not maintaining? If that's the case, you just stick a white screen there and do the same thing. You have a poor looking image, but your meter's maxed out. So we're going to do a demonstration pretty soon called What to Look For. This is going to be for new customers. They're going to be shopping for a setup, what you need to look for. Sorry, we're going to analyze the videos at the end of the day, but if they were doing it correctly, we wouldn't have to analyze it. And the big companies do it just as worse. Just as worse. Like I said, I don't get the whole theory of ambient light rejection technology as you have to be in a controlled environment. Then your screen's on ambient light rejection. So I don't know how you get that name at the end of the day. I'm using more light in my environment than your screen costs $1,000. That's what a lot of people talk about, that I use a lot of light in my environment, so my screen's maintained, but you got a screen that costs you $3,000 to $5,000, and it's called ambient light rejection, but yet, it has an issue. Let's go pop over here and get ourselves another one. Ooh, Tiger.
Discover unforgettable travel experiences at GetYourGuide.com. M&M's mini. M&M's smaller. Isn't that great?
by Worth Food Demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now keep in mind the screen does not fit in any category. It's not black. We don't see a lot of black screens anyway. It is it's not gray, it's not white, because I don't see a lot of black screens. Apparently the ones I have seen, for some reason, are not for sale, so I don't know. Put this out there real careful because we know we're going to get the emails of hatred. It's going to come. Trust me. We get them all the time. For you naysayers, so you understand this, if you want to mimic any of my demonstrations, mind you, we don't want to see dark environments and overpriced projectors trying to mimic, because we don't use that in our demonstrations. I don't want to see any dark environments. I don't want to see any high-end projectors. No, we do 720p's over here. You're going to have to do the demonstrations exactly as we are doing them over here. If you claim that you can do the same thing, mimic it, because I guarantee you, I can mimic your demonstration right to a T with no problem. Not hard to do. Other than that, like I said, you'll have to do the same thing, which means you will have to be in an area that you are not in, which will be a max out zone, and you'll have to be able to maintain. And on top of it, you have to get certified in a long throw and ultra short throw and long distance and all that. So complete all test demonstrations live when you basically decide that you want to try to say you can do the same thing. Complete all tests live. Thank you. Just want to put that out there real quick. The reason why we put that out there because we have individuals that will say, we could do the same thing. And they'll do a demonstration where they'll just paint something across the screen and go, oh, look, it's done. No. We don't do that over here. You will do every single test demonstration under that product. If you claim you can do the same thing, you can mimic all the tests very easily, live. All right, there we go. So after we do 13 or 14 of these babs, we're going to do we got another one coming up. Actually, we're going to do probably about 3 of them. So yeah, you got your work cut out for you. We'll have you so occupied with our stuff, you won't even be to do your stuff at the end of the day, I guarantee you. There'll be so many of them coming out, so many test demonstrations. That's a lot of work. So you'll be working just as hard as me. Gonna run you like a rabbit. This is the reason why that when we're doing demonstrations on the 12s, different forms of technology we're selling, the reason why, no matter how much these people hated on our products, our table was crazy stacked with all these 12s. And they couldn't figure out why people were still buying from us. Because we can back it up through our test demonstrations. You guys come out there and you do one little demonstration, oh, it's their stuff. No, people are not going to trust you on that. I've been out for a while, longer than you have. So when I do demonstrations, people know that I'm known for doing these really thorough, crazy demonstrations. You're going to have to do the exact same thing I do in mine. If you can't, well, it's not going to pass. You have to understand, if you don't do these tests yourself, then we automatically know you can't do ours. So I said, pace yourself. We got to be on 3 different screens today. If the weather's good, it'll be fun. That black projector we have is designed for distance throw, extreme distance throw. So I'm hoping to see how far we can set it back. That'd be pretty interesting. Why did I think about that? That's not a bad idea. I was just thinking about that. Why don't I just make a freaking giant? Yeah, that would be so much easier. I didn't think about building that at the end of the day. Just dawned on me a few minutes ago. Well, yeah, the structure would be freaking huge on top of that, but it wouldn't be hard to put together at the end of the day. Usually, like I said, the problem we have with, excuse me, about constructing large screens is that when the wind hits these things, they turn into these huge, massive sails. That's why we're doing the screen with images can pass through it. But I was just thinking for a minute, I've never actually built an actual drive-through movie theater screen, like a real, not a big one, but I mean like a one made out of wood that we can actually paint outside. I've never built one of those outside. We're gonna have to put one of those together. We're definitely gonna have to put one of those together. So, okay, that's an idea right there on its own, because I never built one. So we'll have to build a kind of drive-in movie theater kind of setup. We'll have to make it collapsible. These are thoughts that are coming to mind as I'm thinking about it. Different ways that we can build and design screens for outside and make them easy to be taken apart. All right, let's go back to these white levels. We're going to go a little bit over time, but I don't want to, but we're going to go a little bit over. But we have to explain all that. I don't want to somebody out there stuff like that. Do the demonstration, do the entire demonstration, you know. Match everything, not just this, that, and the other, what you choose to do. But we know they can't do it because at the end of the day, they don't test their own products. If you don't test your own products today, then you're not going to be able to do anybody else's. I'm going to put my fan up. Now, the one thing I love about the technology, white levels are freaking amazing. It has contrast levels. There's not like a black screen version of it, but it uses a contrast shifting technology. Contrast levels are good, but on a black screen, it's going to be excellent. So we have a rating when it comes to the contrast levels. But white levels on this are freaking amazing. Now we got another color we're going to do. Actually, it's going to be two more colors we're going to be doing. I want to get 5 inches done in the shopping cart. This will be the first one, and then there'll be about 4 more after this one. So as I said before, we don't want to bunch these all over the website. We don't want to charge you for each individual color, because trust me, another company, yes, they would. They would charge you for each individual color. We're not doing that. We're going to make one shopping cart, one size, and this is going to have a massive amount of these different color screens in there that you can choose. But as you can see, for the color of the screen, that it is, it can produce amazing color. Its contrast levels, are we going to say good, but not excellent? Because excellent would be the black screens. But it still has that contrast shifting to pull those darker shades of gray, not actual black. Not to come on camera and be one of those people. You're seeing a black level. No, you're actually seeing gray. When you're basically dealing with a screen that's not black. Oakley dokley, let's come out of that one. What do they got on here also on here? Let's go hit this one up. Now we have to do some testing outside, because I'm pretty sure people want to take these outside. So we'll see what time of the day the screen's going to activate. I'm pretty much going to guess probably around like 7 or 8 maybe. So we have to figure out, like doing some testing. hit lights or fluorescent lights to the screen right on top. Wait till we take it out of the max room and put it in normal lighting. The normal lighting we have upstairs is like 1600, 1500, 800, 500. That's the normal lighting upstairs. This thing's gonna look even more impressive. Down here, it's just taking in a ton of light right now, and it's still maintaining it. When we put them in regular lighting, they completely different form of technology. It just changes to something completely different. You're gonna see the screen actually, that shifting technology, get darker on the screen. Watch. It's gonna be pretty interesting to watch. But down here, because it's absorbing in all the light. For a screen to be that color and be able to make a white that hard, that becomes difficult. Mind you, a screen of this color means that basically the problem you're going to have is your white level. So that's interesting colors to them because they're going to have tan to the top color. Right? Come here. We can drop the screen white levels. These colors are quite impressive. Let's go over and get these white levels. Did we do white levels? We did white levels yesterday. We'll do them again.
Stuff. We love stuff. And there's some really great stuff out there. But
Yeah, white levels on this screen are insane. I was thinking about dropping a heightener to actually produce a much more higher white level, but we are not going to need it. Also, too, by developing so many different forms of this technology, you will see, and you actually get a chance to see exactly the haters who they are, because, man, you're going to see all these videos popping up, like, oh, we hate this, that, yeah, we're going to expose you guys. We can expose you. We can flood enough technology out of the market. If you're going to hate on every little thing, I mean, your channel will be nothing about us, because there's so much stuff coming out with us that you have to be, oh, we hate this, we hate that, we hate this, be out of it fast. Like my mother used to always say, the one way to skin a cat. Springtime, take that personally. You're like, what? Your mother said, how dare you skin a cat? Now I'm pretty sure as we do these demonstrations, every time we do something new, it's like watching or spying or whatever to go back and tell whoever. It's sad, but it's true, people. It's a shame, but it's actually true. People do that. They'll go over and run and say so and so and so. At the end of the day, we don't do that because we don't care about other people's stuff, because we know how advanced our technology is. Why in the world would basically my customers all have common sense at the end of the day, and they are mature adults, but we know that there are people that will come in here, see what they watch, and go report back. Shame, but it's true. Like I said, on Facebook pretty soon. We're going to do a paint on demonstration there. They want to do a paint demonstration on a couple. People started screaming, what the freak is this? Go back saying, oh, Kenny got a freaking, some weird crazy screen over there. You got to see this. Guaranteed. Going back and left and right. Pace yourself. Oh, he's got this color screen. He's got that color screen. He's got this one right here. They're making this today. They dropped the screen on 40 inch today. They did 480 inch. They dropped the screen outside a couple minutes ago. Man, yeah. They're going to be coming back telling you all kinds of stuff. And you'll be sitting there like, oh my goodness, I can't keep up with this. That's the whole purpose, to show you how much product you can produce. Or showing people exactly that the 38 has multiple layers to it. You thought it just ended at a black screen? Oh, no. Each one of these screens you have invisible technology next to them. Like I just sat there and said that I like this screen, but I want an invisible version to spray on a portable screen, which I'm going to make an invisible version of it. Also, too, this is nice for a customer because now we got customers like, okay, can you get this to match the interior or that? Well, let's see what happens. What we can work with and what we can't work with. Ah, Pussycat. Wow.
In 2013, Skittles upset a lot of people by taking away lime. Skittles will now apologize.
Oh, please. How come I didn't take that much consideration when it came into Vanilla Cookie Crisp, man? That was my favorite cereal of all time. And they got rid of it, replaced it with that freaking... Maybe some people like it. At the end of the day, I don't like that freaking chocolate chip cookie crisp. I can't stand that stuff. Tastes like a stale graham cracker to me. But they had Vanilla Cookie Crisp. It was the best cereal ever. And they pulled it. Never brought it back. I love that cereal all the time. I love Lucky Charms. But I'll eat that Vanilla Cookie Crisp over Lucky Charms. Eat that. The mix both. Oh. Wait till the summertime is here, man. Oh, man, I want to build outside. The weather is driving me crazy. I know it's God's will at the end of the day, but it's driving me crazy. I want to be outside. That's the difference out there between us and y'all. Y'all want to be inside. I want to be outside. I want to be building massive giant screens. I want to be displaying all kinds of different form of 3D mapping and designing portals that we can punch images through, display images off the ground. I'm outside. That's the best place to play at. You know, because the air is fresh and the scenery changes. But this screen right here, amazing. Now the screen's a day old. This was developed yesterday. It took us 20 minutes to put it together. And even at the screen, not even a day old, took out 3 of the top certifieds we have in our collection. With no problem. And a max on zone. That's the record this technology is going to have. And just to show you how fast it can be made, I'm not going to make the camera. I'm going to have the camera that I can show you what's in it. But we're going to make it behind. Make it with no time and display it, and I guarantee you. Certified what they need to do. You gotta have faith in your work. What kind of cow is that? Wow, look at big, gorgeous eyes. Now, the reason why you see a lot of people cutting corners when they're doing demonstrations because they have no confidence in their product. They're not going to stick it in an environment like this. They're not going to pull up an image like this. They're going to cut those corners to try to make the screen look the best way it possibly can. And they again, as I said before, when we talk about depending on high-end projectors, we're not talking about one individual. They all do this nonsense at the end of the day. Now we put the challenge. I like this music. We got a fine day today. All right, what are we going to do next? Oh, we run out of time. 19. We can get just a little bit more time. I'm on my time at an hour or so because there's no way in the world we can do this. And the way it's too much stuff we got to say about this. There's no way in the world. Then people talking, well, you missed this. You didn't tell me about this. So, mind you, the questions continue on. When people call me up, they'll be in there talking about, all right, what about this and what about that? So, you know. Oh, we're gonna have to do things a little differently. Let me see. I want to go over here. I want to pull up something on here on this one really quick. I'm gonna pull up this one here. Thought about it. Besides the screen, three motorized projection screen. That's portable. 180 over there, 150, and another 150. That's how many portable screens we have sitting over there on the sofa right now. We have quite a lot of screens. So I need to paint this on. We can stack and put it somewhere at the end of the day. Don't have to worry about it getting jacked up. So I'm thinking about getting some of that, I forgot the name. It's kind of a plastic cardboard. It's like $13. I need to go pick up a sheet of that at the Lowe's because we're going to need that definitely for doing some demonstrations off of it. I'm going to get one wood. I need something I can paint it off where I don't have to worry about going in and basically getting the material, blah, blah, blah. It has to be an easy surface to paint, something we can fold up and put into the corner. Not going to take a lot of room. I should have never dismantled that that motorized projection screen stand. It was perfect. I have no idea why I took that thing apart. I should have kept it. We got 3 motorized projection screens, but I do have something we can do hanging up against the house. We got 2 sets of hooks. Oh, sun is coming out. Oh, this is what it is. I want to get my nuclear screen outside, motor screen. I want to get the Pac-Man screen. I'm actually going to go get my motorized screens and bring them downstairs. We got 3 of those. Yeah, because I want to do setups with those too. Oh man, if we get a good day today, if the weather is warm like it was today, we don't get the rain because yesterday was perfect. The weather was just right. It was perfect. But we had rain yesterday. If we don't get the rain and the weather's warm, we're going outside today. We are definitely going to be outside today. So we'll do a little bit of this inside, but most of the demonstrations will be displayed outside. And I still have to do the floor display on here too. So I'm going to do the floor display. I'll bring the retro system outside, the RetroPie. Oh, that's nice. That's gonna be real nice. All right, let me see what we got to do here. I'm gonna check the weather forecast. Everything's gonna be, if the weather's good, we're gonna be outside. We're gonna be displaying today because I want to get outside and do some gaming, especially with that Borderlands. I want to be outside with that. All right, people. Oh, I gotta let's do an Ultra Shorter demonstration because I have to see how this is going to react to Ultra Shorter, which is extremely important. And then we have to do a low lumen test in here to see how the screen is going to react. We got to sit there for that. And then after that, we're going to have a distance demonstration. We're going to have it outside because I want to have these screens outside, but we have to figure out what time of the day when the screen's going to generate best outside. Also, too, we have some demonstrations to do on the 150 inch because we have it down at 4,000 lumens. We're going to have to go in and change a few things on the specification sheet. It's 4,000 lumens if you're using it in a certain time zone. So if you're using it somewhere between, say 6 to 7 or something like, depending on if it's daylight saving times, if you're using it somewhere like 4:53 or close to 5 o'clock, then you're going to have 4,000 lumens. After you reach around, I think 7 o'clock, you could drop down to around 3,000 lumens. As it gets darker, you can go down to projectors of probably 2,000 lumens. It's not going to you're not going to have an issue. We can use ultra short throw. So we're going to have to do some demonstrations on different various projectors we can use in those particular time zones. So you can see what's going to work and what's not going to work. But we should have no problem with anything we want at that particular time. So a few people have been asking me about what if you use it at, they're going to start it off, or the party's going to start off at 7 o'clock. Do they have to still have a 4,000 projector? And that's where we have to go in and recorrect that, do some tests and some demonstrations on that. And then that way we can display, okay, we'll put a second category underneath the home theater information outside, and it'll say, okay, at this particular time, you can use this projector, this projector, this projector, this projector, this projector, and you're good to go. So that's what we're going to be doing too. As the weather gets warmer, we're just going to ultra short those outside because an ultra short throw projector is a good projector to use outside due to the fact that you don't have people walking in front of the projector and casting shadows on the screen and all that stuff. It's sitting right up close, you know what I mean? So it's nice to have. And for those who are thinking, well, you know, if I take an ultra short throw outside, I can't go past a certain size. Yes, you can. We do 140 inch outside with no problem on an Optima G5500. So just because it says you can only do 100 inches, you can go bigger than that if you want to at the end of the day. And that's what the Optima GT55 and 56 are designed to do, a 100 inch screen. Don't believe that. You can actually go bigger than that if you want. We've proved it many times before. All right. That being said, I got to come back in. We got to do an ultra short throw setup, and we got to do a low lumen test, which I need to see how it's going to react in all this light. Kenneth Bird from Crystal Age. So I'm just not getting up. Starting the day. Whew, we got a lot to do today. It's going to be a busy day today, but it's going to be fun. Oh, yeah, I got to be dressed, too. I got to go to Lowe's today, too. I got to pick up lumber today, too. On top of that, we got building to do on top of that. Ugh, so much work. All right, got to go, and God bless. So,